So this is the video part, the video element of the podcast. Take two, because some idiots uploaded the last one to the wrong YouTube channel. Because Chris, if you remember, about 2 years ago when we created the YouTube channel, I created a YouTube page, and then like about an hour later, you texted me to say, "Oh, I've just created a YouTube page for us."
That's
so
not how.
now we have two. So that is
what actually happened.
Yeah.
For those who are interested, was we had a YouTube page and then we couldn't make a Google Plus page for it, so we had to make a new Google Plus page so we could do Hangouts, and then the only way you can get Hangouts on air to a YouTube page is to have it as the same Google Plus.
I can't believe you actually think that's what happened.
Because it is what happened.
It's not what happened. You created a new one when you shouldn't have, because you just didn't listen to me.
All this time, Colin. And it's
well,
weird. So much time with all these things that didn't happen. Do you know we had all these new subscribers, and then we had a really good intro, and now instead you're going to use this. Hello and welcome to episode 89 of Heroes of Handheld.
No, I've got it paused. The last thing we spoke about was Guitar Hero, and I was saying, do you remember the end of Guitar Hero 3 when you have to play off? You have to do a guitar off against the devil. So I'm going to quickly mention that. So 3, 2, 1.
Yes, I do remember that. Yes.
Great. So
yes, Colin, I do remember that because you had to do a guitar off against the devil, and you played "The Devil Went Down to Georgia." Had a little bit of fun, and he said, "Man, playing your guitar is good, but now I'm number one," and all that. Hello, yeah, I do remember it. It was good.
Oh, and then there's like a good bit at the end where it goes down, 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 down. Oh, so good.
It was better when you played against Eric. Is it Eric Johnson with White Cliffs of Dover?
Oh, I love that one. I love that one. The opening was the best bit, then it got boring after that. The devil went down to George. He was looking for a soul to steal. He was at the vine because he was way behind. He was willing to make a deal. When he came across this young man sawing off fiddle and playing it hot, and the devil jumped upon a hickory stump and said, "Boy, let me tell you what."
You're so into it. That was incredible.
I love Guitar Hero 3. It was a maz. Dragon Force. Do you remember Dragon Force?
Through fire and flames will carry on.
So far away, we wait for the day. I used to love Dragon Force. But the moral of the story is...
I bet you did.
The moral of the story is... for some reason, Guitar Hero is making a comeback, and who knows why. Also, talking of things from the past, did you ever play Time Crisis when you were young?
Yes!
Mate!
Time Crisis!
When I on my break today from work, I went down to my local arcade. We've got an arcade still. They're still around.
Tell me you played Time Crisis by yourself, please.
Listen. What happened? I was just walking around because I just wanted to see. It was empty because it was a school day, whatever. And I saw Time Crisis 3. Yeah, that's good. Time Crisis 4, which was okay. But then I turned the corner, and Chris, what did I see in front of me? What did I behold in front of me?
Was it Time Crisis 5?
Yes, it was Time Crisis 5! It came out this year, it's brand new, and I had to play it, and I died halfway through the first level. It was so good. I felt so good.
Is it still those little really crap plastic pistols?
Yeah, no, they're actually quite nice plastic pistols now. They're thicker, they're firmer. They're firmer like my willy. But each new Time Crisis now, they try and add a new gimmick, because the original gimmick was you had that pedal where you go up and down. But they've still got that pedal, but now you've got two pedals. And if you touch, you've got like a left and right one. If you tap the left one, you move round to the other side so you can go behind people.
Oh, clever.
It's an interesting idea, and you'll never guess who the first boss is.
Me.
Wild Dog, of course. Wild Dog. The old dog, and he's really old now. It's great, but no, that was amazing. It was £1 well spent, Chris. I was so happy. I love Time Crisis. I had the first Time Crisis on my PS1. It was amazing. Oh, so good. Anyway, right. So this is Heroes of Handheld, everybody. Welcome along. Welcome all in one. We welcome you. So this might be a few people listening, your first time listening to the podcast. And does Chris want to explain why? Because I'm waving my arms about like a lunatic.
we just started to do some promo last week,
Yes.
and Colin handled the Vita end, and I handled the 3DS end, and we both put up nice friendly messages on a couple of places on the internet. But the main focus being, Colin, you did a really nice post on the Vita subreddit, and I was like, oh, I'll do one on the 3DS subreddit. Your Vita one went down a lot stronger than mine. Your Vita one had like people were chatting and like saying, "Oh, this is a good idea. I wish I'd done this." And like, "Oh, this sounds fun. I'll give anything a listen."
Yeah.
My one didn't get as much of a response.
It
got downvoted and no one said anything.
What? Why? What? I don't get it. How many?
Because Vita owners are nicer than 3DS owners. That's
Clearly.
what it comes down to.
That is literally amazing.
It's true though. Like I love both of them, but the Vita community is so much more like passionate and engaged than like 3DS community.
Well, I can imagine the 3DS one having quite a bigger subreddit than the Vita one.
I don't know.
I mean, what's your? I don't know if you want to say this information over the web, but what's your Reddit name? So we look at all the Girls Gone Wild you've been looking at.
As if you can't guess my Reddit name, Colin.
It's not Duffman1208.
No, it's not.
What is it?
I'm not doing this on air.
Oh, but I want to see your post. How else am I going to find it?
You know me. You know what it'll be.
Is it Deborah went to Georgia?
It's the same as I use for everything.
Duffman.
No.
Duffman. Man Duff. Duffman? Duffman. Oh, I don't know. So yeah, basically welcome to everyone who's from the Vita subreddit. And maybe welcome anyone who's joined us from the 3DS subreddit. Welcome along.
Yeah, all of those 3DS pals. Thanks, guys. Thanks for fighting the good fight.
Thanks, pal. So welcome along. Hopefully we don't disappoint any. Well, to be fair, if people didn't like us, they probably would have already turned us off and like.
Yeah. Don't worry. If it's your first time, we'll be gentle.
Don't worry. It's natural for you to bleed during the first time.
Don't make it weird. Don't make it weird. Let's do some news stuff.
So there's a few things I wanted to talk about on the top of the show here. And the first thing was, now must be about 2 years ago now. Do you remember the Ouya?
Ouya. Ouya. Oh, don't want to meet your daddy. Yeah, I do remember.
I thought you were singing. I thought you were going into Outcast of Hey Ya there. I think I went.
That was Outcast.
Hey! I don't remember the lyrics to that one. Well, how did it go again? Please enlighten.
You think you've got it? Oh, you think you've got it? That one.
Anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to briefly mention this story because Ouya was a big hit on Kickstarter. I think it raised. It must have been in the millions. It raised. So for those who don't know, it was a little micro console. That you connected to your TV and you could play games off the Google Play Android store. So you could play Android games on your TV with a controller. So a lot of people were excited about this a few years ago. I didn't give any money towards it. It was never a thing I was interested in. But it released about 2 years ago, and it's not doing very well. Let's just say the company who created it, I think this is how much they raised. It was in the millions. It was 8.5 million they raised on the Kickstarter. Now, after an 8.5 million starting point for their project, they are now in severe debt and they're looking to sell Ouya off because they are pretty much in crumbling debt, which I thought was quite funny. It says here that... how's
that funny? Like, these people are in financial trouble.
Oh, no, it's not funny that they're in financial trouble, but it's just interesting that this was such a big thing back when it was first put on Kickstarter, and it just never kicked off. People received them, and it never really reviewed very well. There were a lot of people said the controller was quite flimsy. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just playing your mobile games on a TV, and some games you don't really want to do that.
Colin, I've got an idea.
Yeah.
Should we buy Ouya?
Should
we invest? Run it. That would be so cool.
How much do you reckon they'd sell it for?
20 quid, maybe 30.
But then you think about it, if we were to buy Ouya, we'd have to take on all their crumbling debt as well. So
yeah, but we could run a sick tech company.
You reckon we could release a customized Ouya with the Heroes of Hanta logo on the front?
Yes, of course we could.
That'd be great. So basically Ouya are looking for a quick sale as they've got really bad debts. I'm just trying to see what the actual figure is. It says they initially raised $15 million. They got that from investors, but then quietly added another 10 million to its money pot from venture debt company Triple Point Capital. So yeah, it's in debt, and they're looking for a way to get rid of the Ouya. So if anyone out here pledged money and gave money to the Ouya, I'd really like to hear from you. Though obviously, it's not doing very well. Did you like your Ouya? Was it worth the investment? How much did you pay for it? That's what I want to know. So email us heroesofhandheld@gmail.com and give us your opinions on the Ouya, because I think it's top bands, to be honest, top bands.
I reckon we've got listeners who have got Ouyas as well.
I hope so. I would like to, I mean, there must have been a lot of people to raise that much money. So, yeah. So, yeah, let us know. I'd like to know what your opinion actually was of the Ouya. I never played one. There's actually quite a few in CEX, Computer Exchange in game. You can buy them for like 30 quid now, I think. So, yeah. But I don't think I'll be rushing out to get one of those. Anyway, so I've got 2 more things I wanted to quickly... Cheers, Chris. Cheers, mate. PJ. Right. So I'm trying to open this link, and Chris is stopping me from doing it. Stop it. There we go. Right. Okay. So I've got
news that we can all dip into, because if it's just about Vita things, I'm going to be pretty upset.
Wow. If you look at the website this is from, it will give you an indication. So this is just what I want to quickly bring up. So I do some work on the side for another Vita-centric website.
Can't believe you're cheating on me.
I love it. The thing is, this company look at me when we make love. They look at me in the eye. You always look away, and you don't make me feel like a man.
Make it weird? We've got all these new people to impress, and you're making weird jokes about what goes on. Why?
You're the one who said I'm cheating on you. I thought I'd take it a bit further. Anyway,
always too far.
I don't know whether I'm pronouncing this right, but Bishojo. It's a genre of games in Japan which are centered around young, attractive girls, and their target audience is heterosexual males. So yeah, I just wanted to discuss that. I always see a lot of images and videos of these games from Japan where it's loads of like women who aren't wearing very much, and I was just thinking, do we have anything similar to that in this country? Like games that are targeted at heterosexual males? Chris?
And yet, Colin, you keep buying them.
I can't help it, mate. I love Japanese girls with no clothes. Anyway, so is there like a Western equivalent to this, Chris? I just thought it'd be interesting to...
No, it's never really young girls, is it? That's a very Japanese thing. Young children,
they're not supposed to be chill. Yeah, they're not supposed to be.
There is things out there with very scantily clad children. There was a whole there's a program, I don't know if you've heard it, called Crossing Continents that I listened to, that did a whole episode about this type of imagery in Japan. It's really it's bonkers. It's so different. And Rob, who's my flatmate, he went to Japan and he showed me these videos of him in like a toy shop, and it's all just models of young scantily clad girls, which I'd find so weird. But everyone was buying them. It wasn't just boys; it was just everyone. Maybe we're the weird ones.
But maybe
enjoying it.
Maybe we think about it a bit too much. Maybe it's just seen as a fashion thing over in Japan rather than anything sexual.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, I don't think it is seen as sexual particularly, but there is something quite ethically squishy about 12 models of 12-year-old girls wearing nothing but a towel or a ribbon or something like that. It's a bit much, isn't it?
If back when we first started the podcast 2 years ago, and I used to name the podcast 2 random words.
Yeah.
What did you say? Squishingly something.
Squishy ethics.
That would have been a great name.
Squishy.
That would be fantastic. So yeah, it's a bit weird, but yeah, it just I was writing an article about this game that's coming out, which is in that genre, and I just thought to myself, do we really have anything like this over here? And I just couldn't think of anything, but there you go. They don't even try and hide it. They've got a contrast this. They've got, I think it's called Oto games, which are aimed at girls, and they have attractive men in. So it's a two-way street, I guess. They have every avenue covered in Japan, it seems. Anyway, so one more thing I want to talk about before we get into proper news. So, as me and Chris were discussing before the podcast, I recently finished watching, finally, after about a year and a half, Breaking Bad. That sounds nothing like the opening. I am the one who does the theme song wrong.
Did you cry?
I didn't. I got a bit teary at one. I don't want to spoil anything. I can spoil things in the video version, but I'm not going to spoil it in the audio version. Let's just say I was very satisfied with the ending. But that's not the point. So I've now finally finished Breaking Bad, which was fantastic. So I'm watching Orange is the New Black, and also I've started watching Better Call Saul as well. But I noticed this article, which I thought would be interesting to discuss. You know, Amazon do their own productions now. I know Amazon are working on the Outlander series on Amazon Prime or something. Netflix have loads of their own shows now. That Daredevil is the most recent one that's on Netflix now. Well, now YouTube are joining in on all the fun, Christopher. And they, rather than have a streaming service, they're going to be streaming their films straight onto YouTube, which I think is very interesting. I mean, I only found out recently that you can actually buy and rent films on YouTube. I think you were the one who told me about this. I wasn't even aware.
Yeah, it's pretty jazzy, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's surprising they haven't done it sooner, really. I mean, obviously, YouTube is owned by Google, and Google have a lot of power. But it's all links to Google's online video service. They're going to be making films of Awesomeness TV, which is an offshoot of DreamWorks. So it's quite a big name. But I think the catch to this, like, it sounds good. Oh, they're going to be making their own films, YouTube. The catch is they're going to be, taking inspiration from YouTube, obviously, and the films are going to involve people who are popular on YouTube.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so it's going to be films.
No, I don't want that.
No.
You almost had me, but I don't want that. I don't want like a Jenna Marbles comedy film.
Hey, you leave Majen alone,
I don't want. Oh, I bet you're cracking off at the thought of a PewDiePie biopic, aren't you?
Hey, you don't mess with my pal PewDiePie. Me and him are tight. No, to be fair, if there was a Tanya Burr film, I would have to watch it. You probably don't know who she is, do you?
No.
If you've got a girlfriend like me who loves makeup tutorials on YouTube, then you probably know who Tanya Burr is. Anyway, so yeah, that's what this is going to be. It's going to be films that are going to have popular YouTubers. So the two big ones that they've got already signed up is the Fine Brothers, who do, I think the Fine Brothers do those videos where they react to things. Is that right? Where like,
I'm bracing myself for a who, so you just get on with it. I'm not.
I was waiting for you. I've
never heard of them.
Yeah, basically the Fine Brothers, I think.
Excuse me.
Oh, I love BBC references. Anyway, so the Fine Brothers do those videos where it's like, I don't know, teenagers react to Sega Mega Drive, or old ladies react to Game of Thrones. There's loads of these reaction videos that they do. I think that's them. And also Smoosh as well. Smosh.
Oh, Smosh. I know of Smosh.
Yeah, I know that name.
Funny, now they're not.
I don't even know. I know the name. What do they do? What actually is it?
They just do like sketches. It's two guys, and they used to be really, really funny, and then everyone else grew up and they didn't, and they're not very funny anymore.
Great. So look forward to that.
So look forward to those films, gang.
But I'm worried because do you remember Fred? Do you remember that character Fred that was on YouTube?
Yeah, I do.
They had a film that came out, Fred the movie. They've actually made 3 of these. I watched the first one, and I'm not even joking. It's the worst film. It's the worst piece of crap I've ever seen in my life.
Can I ask you a question, Colin?
Please.
This is handheld.
Sorry?
Someone's joined the call. This is unexpected. They've got a UK flag on their head, though. Hello.
That's a good sign. Luckily, I can't actually hear the Google, the Hangout, because I'm recording through Skype. So,
hello.
Is he swearing? I don't get it. What's going on?
I am the Illuminati.
Oh, he's the Illuminati.
Hello.
I see.
Hey, how's
Triangles and shit.
Hey, once you're swearing, this is a public forum.
For anyone listening on the audio, you can't hear this other person, but...
oh, is that how it's going to work? That's really weird. That's really bizarre.
So, basically, someone's joined the Google Hangout, and
What the fuck
I
is
can't
this?
hear them, but Chris can. So Chris is going to relay what they're saying.
What is going on?
They've done a bit of swearing. They've got a voice thing on, like a trans Not a transfer. What's it called?
I
Oh, he's
got
gone.
I got rid of him.
You should probably make it private.
What the hell was that? That was so weird. What just happened?
I recommend watching the video version. That was really weird.
Oh my god! Literally, if you're listening to this, please watch this on YouTube. We'll put a link in the.
We'll link to the right time frame. That was quite. I felt like I was being hacked, Colin. Anonymous, we're coming after us.
No, we shouldn't have bad-mouthed bloody Guitar Hero. No, it's the people.
Can we do some news now? For God's sake, we've been here for half an hour.
No, anyway, so the conclusion is YouTube are going to be doing their own films that they're going to be streaming on YouTube, and it's going to involve YouTubers. So yeah, look out for that. Anyway, right, let's move on to some news. So I'm going to let Chris. Chris, what happened? I'm completely thrown. I don't.
Shit.
What did he actually say? Can you repeat any of it on a PG-13 podcast?
He said he was the Illuminati.
Yeah.
And then he said, "What the F is happening?" And then you got rid of him.
But I like the idea of because I couldn't hear him. Like he was actually being really nice, saying, "Oh, I'm a big fan of Heroes of Fantasy," but you just wanted to get rid of him. You just wanted him out of here.
He had a voice changer thing as well, like a.
Anyway, do you reckon he's going on loads of different people's hangouts and just
maybe
being cool? Anyway, right, do some news.
Your first bit of 3DS news, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is that finally we have an almost release date for Mighty Number 9. I feel like we've been talking about this for about 2.5 years. This is basically everyone who was involved in making Mega Man has made a Mega Man game, except it's not called Mega Man, it's called Mighty Number 9. But it's essentially the same. And the update is that it's coming out. The team got publisher Deep Silver, which means it's going to be coming out in September, which is very cool. This is according to their Kickstarter webpage, which we will link to on heroesofhandheld.com. It's a bit of a delay because they originally said spring, but the delays mean they're adding loads of stuff like different language voiceovers, different subtitles, loads of DLC and stuff, which is free if you invested any money in it. They've made an FAQ which goes into details about why it's being delayed and stuff, and why they've chosen to publish, why they've chosen to team up with Deep Silver. And there's also this really nice infographic on the website. Comes out September 15th in America, September the 18th in Europe and the rest of the world. Digitally, it's going to cost $20 or £20, or no, $20, €20, £15.
$20. Yeah, sorry.
It's all right. I thought it was being hacked again. Or you can get it physically as well. And all physical versions will include different DLC. We'll embed this on the website so you can see. It's really cool though. Like that, it's really cool that it's getting a physical release as well. Because I thought it was just going to be digital. And actually, you can see this. Like you can imagine this being quite a popular product. So it's good.
Yeah. I mean,
are you excited for this game or not?
I do remember when we first spoke about this. I remember looking at the Kickstarter for this. This is early podcasting. This must be way back 2013 time. I mean, there was actually been some excitement on the Vita subreddit this week about the release date of it. I think was it confirmed this week or?
Yeah, that's what I've just told you.
Yeah, sorry, I don't listen. I sort of zone out when you talk because you're really annoying. I love you, mate. You're right, mate. But no, it looks nice, isn't it? Isn't it like a taking inspiration from another game series?
Mega Man,
that was it, yeah. Because I remember you
just said that bit as well.
I was reading the bloody article about it, so I feel like I need to engage more with you, Chris. You're like a child with ADHD. I feel like I need to give you all my attention because if I don't, you feel unloved.
Thanks, Mum. All best.
Love you, son. But no, I mean, how much did it get on Kickstarter? Do you know?
It was. I can look it up because it will be right here.
It
got $3.8 million.
Whoa, that's a lot, but nothing on the Ouya. Just say, oh God, there's someone else in here. There's someone else has joined us.
It's the same person. Back for more. Back for more. Oh, they've got it.
He's gone. How do we? I don't know how to stop people from coming in. How do we do it? I don't know. Oh, this is awkward. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly pause the audio podcast so we can find out how to stop people joining out and hang out. Be right back, guys. Be right back. That's amazing. It's literally amazing. Literally amazing.
People, but
oh, that's so weird. I'm quite scared. Do you reckon he's a stalker? Oh, there must be a setting button here, right?
Is it if you hover over the people bit at the top?
Yeah.
You know where you invited me? Is there
Yeah.
anything you can do there?
Was it? It says quiet invitation, whatever that means.
I think you've made it accessible to the public, but it should have been just the people you've invited. But that's okay. I don't hold it against you. It's quite a good story.
It's quite a good story. Oh, there must be somewhere blocking people from coming in. Ah.
Have you got it?
Help keep.
This is really fun if you're watching the video.
Thank you for sticking with us.
I think we should let him come in and then ask if he's got a 3DS or a Vita.
Oh, that's so good. How to block people joining Google Hangouts. I don't think there is a way, actually. I think anyone can join.
Just leave it and just block him when he comes in. That's a quicker way, isn't it?
Yeah, cool. Right, so what were you saying when we started this?
You said I was like a child of ADHD. I told you how much money it made. That guy joined, and then you were going to do your next news thing.
Okay, that's good. So we're on 25 minutes 32. Okay, right. So we're going to start recording again. 3, 2, 1, go.
So yeah, it's coming out in September. Keep your eyes peeled. We'll put loads of links on here at handheld.com if you want to read the press release and watch the videos and stuff, because it looks so good. Do you remember it was just like smashing every kind of stretch goal it was.
Yeah, well, I remember it reached everything. So it's going to be on Vita, 2DS, 3DS, your digital watch, your alarm clock. It's probably going to come out on bloody, I don't know. What's a really old PSP? That's relevant to a news story coming up.
I was going to say, well, Colin, have you got any other news on a PSP, perhaps of the news variety?
Well, Christopher, you'll remember a few months ago, it must have been last year, when we said farewell to the PSP. They were no longer making them. We thought they were no longer making games for it, but there you go. Got a news story now for you. 2 new PSP games are coming this year, Chris. And not just now, they're coming later this year. So they're going to come in, fall. So that's autumn to us Brits. That's in autumn. So this has been announced by 2 different companies. I've not heard of them before. We've got Monkey Paw and Gaijin Works. They've announced that 2 new PSP games are going to be released later this year. We've got Class of Heroes 3 and Summon Night 5. They're being released in the West, so I assume they've already had a release in Japan. But they're going to be coming to the PSP. But you're going to be able to download them through the store on your Vita, so you can play them on your Vita anyway. But the developers are currently polling on whether fans would like a physical version of the game, which seems really interesting. That because the PSP cases were like really long and thin. I remember back when the PSP first came out, like the big thing of it was like, oh, you can buy films for it. It's gonna be so cool. You can watch you could get those little cartridges which were like films, and we thought we were cool, Chris. We thought we were cool.
We are pretty cool. UMD discs.
It was so good.
It was UMD, wasn't it?
Yeah, UMD. Yeah. But if this poll that the developers are running is successful, it would include a UMD for PSP, as well as a download code for people wanting to play it on Vita. So it's the best of both worlds.
So I guess it's coming out of Vita anyway.
Yeah. So
what's the point?
PSP games are available on Vita anyway via the store. So
yeah, but not physical copies.
Oh yeah, obviously. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. I don't get it really. I've never heard of these 2 franchises, Class of Heroes or Summon Night, but I'm sure there's people out there screaming at their iPods and their earphones saying, "You idiot! These are massive games. How dare you do not know them?" But there you go. So they're coming to PSP. So the PSP is not dead. It soldiers on.
Showing some faint sides of life, just like Heroes of Hadder.
Yeah, just like this podcast. Great. Right. So back over to Chris then for some more.
So Colin.
Yeah.
How much would you pay for a new Nintendo 3DS?
Probably about 150. I hear typing.
How much would you pay for a new Nintendo 3DS?
That's what you just asked me.
Yeah, and the connection went, so you'll have to tell me again.
I said £150.
£150. Well, Colin,
Yeah.
if you're really keen, you can actually pick up the new Nintendo 3DS from this is Gizmodo do their deals of the day thing.
Yeah.
You can get it for 111 quid. How good's that?
What, in the UK? Well, that's a UK offer.
Yeah, UK offer. Get it for £110.50 from Rakuten, who are the guys who bought out Play.com.
Yeah, because obviously, no, Rakuten is such a better name than Play.com. Those fucking idiots.
I know, morons, aren't they? But how good's this? It's 130 quid on there, and then all you have to do is apply some sort of special offer, which is all in caps. If you're going to do it now, whilst you're listening.
If it's all in caps, that means you have to shout it.
APROFFERDAY1 &2 at Rakuten. And then, yeah, you can get it for £110.50. How sick's that?
That's pretty good.
Like for a new 3DS, that's incredible. That's less than I paid for my old 3DS.
Is it still? Can you buy it now?
Yeah, do it.
God, that's actually quite tempting. Let me see if I can find the offer first. Right, here we go. Gizmodo. Right, so this is £130 here. You lied to me. You lied.
And then you put in the offer code, and it takes it down to £110.
Wow, that is pretty good. Not gonna lie, that is pretty good. But will it push me to buy one? I've still got to try and get rid of my fucking 2DS, mate. I can't get a new one yet.
Oh dear.
Great. So that's a well good offer. That I like these online offers that they do every now and then. But I mean, going back to Rakuten, what were they thinking when they changed the name? They got one of the best websites, the most easy to remember names. Like people can easily find Play.com. People might even accidentally land on it, and then they change it to Rakuten.com.
Stuff, isn't it?
Logic, there is none, in my opinion. So that's really good. Yes, if I had more money, I'm sure I would pick one up.
Yeah, it's a very good deal.
It is. That's pretty. I mean, I don't know if Gizmodo have ever done any Vita offers. I don't know. But
it's not Gizmodo who do the offers. They just find the offers.
Oh, right. I get you. So this is on Pixel Electronics.
No, this is on Gizmodo. They found the offer that comes from Rakuten. So it's not that complicated, Colin.
What's Pixel Electronics then? That's the name of the seller.
That's the seller on Rakuten. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Definitely trustworthy. Anyway, take all my bank details. Anyway, right. So back onto the PlayStation Vita train, and it's that time of the month, everybody, where Chris is on his period. So he's been very, a bit annoyed. He's getting, gets a bit agitated when you ask him questions, and he just wants to lay down and cry. So it's that time of the month.
Okay, and is this because you're about to read me a list of sales?
No, that's for later on, Chris. I got another news story before that. Well, it is that time of the month, everybody. It is PlayStation Plus time. Yay! And we've had it's been announced what games are going to be free on PlayStation Plus for May. And we've got 3 new games hitting Plus for you Vita owners, you lucky things. So we have got, firstly, up for PlayStation Vita on Plus is The Unfinished Swan.
Oh, good game.
Which I've heard many good things about. I've not played it yet. That's definitely a game I want to check out. That's going to be on PS4, PS3, and Vita, so it'll probably be cross-buy, which is good. We've also got Race the Sun, which I've actually reviewed for another website. It's an endless runner sort of game where, as the title suggests, you race the sun. So you're like a solar-powered little spaceship. You've got to navigate this world full of big structures, and you've got to collect these orb things that power you up. And you've got to try and get as far as you can and get on to the next level before the sun sets below the horizon. If that happens, you die, basically.
That's it, you die.
It's an interesting idea. You live, I guess. So that's one of them. And the last one is Marasaki Baby, which is that weird game that came out last year. Another indie game, very cool art style. Looks like a sketchbook. You basically play as a big baby, trying to find her mum. That's basically you play. Sorry.
So that's how I spent most of my life. It was a good gag. It doesn't matter.
Well, it would help if your connection didn't just completely die when you said.
Yeah, no, I got that. It might have tempered the comedy a little.
Great. So leaving PlayStation Plus is Killzone Mercenary, Monster Bag, and Tower of Guns. And coming on for Vita, we've got Raise the Sun, Murasaki Baby, and no, I forgot about this other one. We've got 4 actually. The next one is Ho Hokum, which is a really nice, cool-looking game. There's an indie. I spoke about it quite a lot on the Ill-Fated Indie Cast last year.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Ho Hokum is an indie game. Really interesting. Loads of colourful characters, like a weird world. I don't really know the plot behind it, but it does look really interesting. If you click on that link to the PlayStation blog, Chris, you'll see the big banner picture is from Ho Hokum. It just looks like a lovely, colourful, pretty game. So yeah, if you've got PlayStation Plus, make sure you check those 3 games out in May. So I assume they will be going onto the store within the next few days because it's May soon. So why not? So that's good. So now back over to Chris, who's going to tell me something. Hi.
I've got 2 bits of news, and I'll do the little one first, and then I'll do the big one. Let's say you're one of the billions and billions of people who are playing Super Smash Bros. 3DS or your Wii U. There are billions of us.
Yeah.
But you didn't buy both, so you see everyone playing as Mewtwo online.
Yeah.
But you don't have Mewtwo.
No.
Big deal. But Colin.
No.
Fret no longer, because now you can buy Mewtwo. Hooray! And he's only £3.59 if you want him on just the one console, or £4.49 if you want him on the both. Which is a good deal. Or that's €4 or €5, or I think $4 or $5, depending on where you're buying from. It's really cool. You can just buy him. I think that's really good. It's so because he's really cheap as well. Because other places would charge like a lot more.
So what is Mewtwo's big special power then?
He's quite a heavy hitter. I've won a couple of games. I like his tail move, which is good. I like his big energy ball move, which is like a kind of type charge up thing, which is good.
Love the sound effects.
I like the fact he can jump very high and he's very floaty. He's interesting to play. He's got interesting physics going on.
Cool.
Keen. Yeah. So and this comes with there's a big Smash update that's out as well, which is 1.7, which fixes a lot of glitches people were having with Mewtwo, and also with custom Mii fighters. When you imported Mii fighters, there was an issue with them having like wrong moves and stuff. Lots of issues. 1.07 fixes them all, and it's now safe for you to play online as Mewtwo, which is good. The update on 3DS is this 1,700 blocks, which is quite big, but that's just life. There's loads of Smash updates. It's really good that they keep doing it.
That's just life. Great. I remember Mewtwo was one of my favorite Pokemon from the first Pokemon movie.
Yeah.
I remember there was a big battle at the end where him and Mew. You remember Mew? Just Mew?
Yeah.
They have a big battle and Ash gets killed and they all cry. Wow.
Don't they turn Ash to stone or something, and then Pikachu cries.
And it makes him not die. Undo it. God, I remember seeing that in the cinema. Because with the film, they gave out free Pokemon cards. Like, they gave out a Mewtwo shiny Pokemon card. And this was, like, amazing back in the day. And I remember that battle scene when Ash died, and I wept like a schoolgirl. No joke. I wept like a baby.
Are you talking about Pokemon cards there, Colin?
Yeah? Lay it on me.
Do you want to see what my flatmate got me from Japan?
What did he get you?
Shiny Japanese Victory Bell in a booster pack.
Who's that? Who's that?
Victory Bell, mate. You probably can't see it on the camera veil because of the shine.
There's a Pokemon called Victory Bell.
Little treat. I might have a few. I might have dabbled in cards every now and then. I might have Magmar, 80 HP.
I used to love Magmar. He's great.
Some of us still do love Magmar, Colin. Some of us still do. Swiftly on. Do you want the last bit of Nintendo news?
Lay it on me like a hot, stinky turd.
This comes from NintendoLife.com, who are always very good. Thank you, NintendoLife.com. Top-selling game in Japan is quite an interesting one.
Yeah.
It's called Girls Mode 3, Kira Code. And it's the latest in a series all about style boutiques, which for focus on fashion, design, apartments, and coffee. And it's the top-selling game in Japan. I'm not sure if it was last month or last week. Everything else is, I don't really know many of the other games in it. There's a couple of other 3DS and Vita games in there. Do you want to hear them?
Yes, go on then.
So I'm just trying to find out if it's last month. I think it must be last month. Number 1 is Girls Mode 3, Kira Kira Code, which sold 55,000 units. The next 3DS one is Future Card Buddy Fight. You don't know Bakunetsu Fight. Furyo, which sold 16,000 units. And then Minecraft on Vita, which sold quite hefty at 12,000 last time around, but 97,000 to date. Next PS Vita game is called Third Super Robot Wars 7 Tengoku Hen, which is a sequel presumably to Tengoku Chick. See what I did there? That's quite good. Which sold 6,500 units. A couple of 3DS games: Yokai Watch, Pokemon Omega Ruby, Xenoblade Chronicles, Assassination Classroom, Grand Siege on Koro Sensei. Only one other Vita title: One Piece Pirate Warriors, Theatre of Dragon Quest. It's just interesting, like the Japanese sales figures are very different to ours. I'm pretty sure it's Japanese anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. Yes, it is a Japanese market, and it's coming originally from Gamatsu. It's nice to see like an odd game, like a fashion sim at the top, but it's also quite like there are games in there that I feel like I wish had done better. You know,
like what?
Never mind. Oh no, it's last week rather than last month. Sorry, it is last week. I thought 55,000 was a bit slow for a month, but for a week, that's very good. So watch this space for more Japanese sales figures. It's just interesting, isn't it? Do you want to know what the hardware was like?
What was that? Well, how? Please tell me how.
PlayStation Vita sold more than 3DS last week.
Well, duh.
Well, sort of.
Oh, okay.
PlayStation Vita sold 14,500 units. The new 3DS XL sold 14,000. The new 3DS normal sold 5,000. So it depends how you categorize it. PlayStation Vita sold a hearty 491 units, whereas last week it sold 511. So it's down on last week by 20.
What was it a few weeks ago when like the Vita just like stormed the charts, literally?
Yeah,
with, like,
weird, wasn't it? PlayStation Vita TV sold more than the Xbox One last week in Japan.
Oh well, no, the Japanese hate Microsoft, don't they? They like anything Microsoft does. Anything that Microsoft does, they just ignore. I swear the Xbox One has done so bad in Japan. It's like embarrassing.
It's a little bit orcs.
It's a bit orcs.
It's all good. That's all my news, Colin. What have you got to lay on me?
Wow, Chris, I know this is your favourite part of the show, so calm down.
Here we go.
I know how much you like lists. I know how much you like sales.
A list.
How much you like sale items.
Give me a list, Colin. Give me a list. I need a list of sales.
Well, I've got a nice hefty list for you here, Chris. Oh, this is going to be a treat. So there's loads of new sales happening on the Vita store. Yay! So let's start with the digital discount sales. New ones that are starting this week. We have for Vita, Citizens of Earth is 40% off. Final Horizon is 50% off. Frozen Synapse Prime is 60% off. Tiny Troopers Joint Ops, so Spurt there, 50% off. Futuridium EP Deluxe, which is a very good game. I definitely recommend that. That's 40% off. And 20% extra if you're a PS Plus member. Nidhogg, which is an indie game. I can't remember what it's like. 40% off. SteamWorld Dig, 50% off. Eterno Blade, 33% off. And Child of Light, which I've been really keen to play because it's the same. It's UbiArt, isn't it? The ones who did Rayman Legends and Rayman Origins. Child of Light is 70% off. That's pretty darn good. And we've also got another sale this week because, Chris, I haven't asked you this. Have you watched the new trailer for Star Wars The Force Awakens?
I have.
Did the ending 10 seconds make you wet?
Yeah. Don't, because you're only going to be disappointed in me.
What?
Don't really like Star Wars. Wasn't that into it. Chewie, we're home.
Can't do it.
Don't really care.
Can't do it.
Oh, new Stormtroopers, because it looks so different from the last ones.
Hold on, we've spoken about this before, isn't it? Because you're such a massive nerd, everyone expects you to like Star Wars, but you don't.
People really assume I like Star Wars, and I love breaking their hearts. I love watching that moment where you can see their hearts break, Colin.
Oh, Star Wars is Darth Maul, double-ended lightsaber. Jar Jar Binks, for God's sake. You're missing out. You're missing out. The Binkster. We call him the Binks for short.
Binkers.
Pinky. Anyway, so before Chris literally rips my heart out, there's a Star Wars sale on, probably in celebration of the new trailer or whatever. There's a massive sale on PS3, but we don't care about that.
I think it's in celebration of the trailer. You know, next week is May the 4th, yeah?
Oh, that is well. It's all. You'd think they'd release the trailer on May the 4th, don't you?
Yeah, I thought that.
Anyway, so PlayStation Vita and PSP on sale in the Star Wars category. We've got Lego Star Wars 3 The Clone Wars, 65% off. Star Wars Battlefront Elite Squadron, 65% off. Star Wars Clone Wars Republic Heroes, 65% off. Star Wars Battlefront 2 is 65% off. Star Wars The Force Unleashed is 65% off, which I thought was a PS3 game, but what do I know? Star Wars Pinball is 75% off, and actually that's a really good game. I played the demo for that. I definitely recommend playing Star Wars Pinball if you can. Star Wars Pinball Balance of the Force is 50% off. Star Wars Pinball Heroes Within is 50% off. Star Wars Battlefront Renegade Squadron is 65%. Zen Pinball 2 Star Wars, 75% off. Zen Pinball 2, 50%. A lot of pinball games here. Zen Pinball 2 Star Wars Pinball Heroes Within, that's a bit of a mouthful, is 50% off.
Are you sure they're all pinball games and not just different tables for one pinball game?
No, they're all separate, apparently.
Really?
I think,
oh, wow.
Or maybe they are just different downloads for it. I don't know. But actually, you might be right, because I remember when I downloaded the pinball one, there was a load of different...
Yeah, normally they try and get you to buy other tables, don't they?
Yeah, that makes sense. I do like a good old pinball game. It's something relaxing about playing pinball.
Are you a pinball wizard?
Who are you? Who? Does that work?
Keep going.
Does that I don't know. So that's my news done for this week. So bing, bang, boom. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.
Drop the mic.
Drop the mic. I'm gone. Gone. My muscles hurt. Anyway, so that's our news for this week. What have you been playing this week, Christopher?
Smash Bros. No shame. Just Smash Bros. I've dabbled a little bit in. I've been playing Earthbound on Wii U, which is nice. Trying to get back into that. I'm playing a little bit of. I played a little bit of. What did I play? Oh, Super Mario 3D World, which is good, but mainly Smash Bros. Like it's just the best. It's just like the best. It's so good. It's just so addictive. And even though like I'm not very good at it, I just want to play more. Give me more Smash.
It's the best around. Anyway. So that's good. I'm glad you've been playing a load of different games. That's good.
What are you playing at the moment? Don't tell me. Fanjan Fuji 5! Exclamation of the goddess. Am I close?
Yes. I don't know how to respond to that. So I'm just going to say yes and nod and just like... Because I think with your ADHD, we just need to praise you. Do you remember that song by Fatboy Slim? We need to praise you like I should.
Praise you like a shoemate.
Down. I've been playing Tekken 6 on my Vita, which is a PSP game I downloaded a few months ago. Seriously, I bet
you're wanting to play as Law, aren't you?
Law?
Judy and Yoshimitsu, I bet that, and Heihachi.
No, you've literally not named the one I like to play as.
Give me a clue.
He's very aerobic.
Oh, it's not Eddie. I bet Eddie. Oh.
He's so good. He literally does all these backflips and shit. I love it. Eddie's my man. So it's fun. It's an old game, but I'm really enjoying it. The graphics aren't that good, but hey, it's fun. I want to download more fighting games. I've always liked fighting games, but I'm always really bad at them. Have you seen the gameplay for the Mortal Kombat X?
Yeah, it's crazy. Some of those fatalities are just bonkers.
Oh, the best one is the selfie one. That's so good. Where like you rip their draw off and then she does a selfie and puts it on Facebook. It's great.
It's really weird, isn't it?
Oh, it's brutes. I'd love to play that. Have I told you the story about how I was scared of the fatalities when I was younger?
No, tell me.
Basically, well, it's not much to tell. When I was younger, I used to go around a friend's house. We used to play. We were about 13, well, 12, about 11, 12 at the time. And he had an older brother who had Mortal Kombat on PS2. I don't know what the game was. We used to play it. And whenever there was a fatality, I had to run out of the room because I got scared.
Aww.
It's scary.
I like the ones where you turn into babies.
Okay.
That was a thing, wasn't it? Is it the one where you go into like baby form and push them over?
What?
Mortal Kombat bit. Is that not a thing? Have I made
You think it's Super Smash Bros, mate, isn't it? That's a fatality.
Mortal Kombat.
I'm going to search it. It's Mortal Kombat.
Baby. Yeah, Babality. There we go.
What?
All Babalities, yeah, and it's like younger versions of you. Babality, it was introduced in Mortal Kombat 2.
Oh my god, I did not realise that.
So please apologise via money.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Anyway.
There is one more thing we should do, Colin.
Yes.
Not everyone who listens to Heroes of Handheld might know, yesterday was your birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I don't have a code to give you yet because I've bought you something but not sent it because it hasn't got to me yet. But I just thought we should take a moment to reflect it's your birthday. So happy birthday.
Thank you, Chris. Talking of birthdays, remember the present I got you last year? How's that game going for you?
It's a really good game. Thanks for buying it for me, mate. It's really good.
You
really enjoy it, yeah.
Do you even still have it?
Yeah.
Okay. Really?
I do still have it. I haven't played it a great deal. It's because, it's good fun though. But yeah, happy birthday for yesterday. And people send you happy birthday messages. Tweet us at Handheld Podcast. Send us an email, heroesofhandheld@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook by searching for Heroes of Handheld, or just go on over to heroesofhandheld.com and click the contact box. It's so simple. It hurts, Colin. Remember, you can listen to us on iTunes and on Stitcher and on anywhere you get your podcasts. And if you find that you use a podcast catcher that doesn't have us, I don't know how you've heard this, but why don't you get our RSS feed from the site and, just stick it in there, and then you can just download it. Job's good.
Really, it's really simple syndication.
It's just that simple. Colin.
Yes.
Let's send a little thank you to our boys at Schnauzer Radio Orchestra. Their theme, Insert Coin, is just the best thing in the world, and you should listen to the album Music for a 1950s Video Game,
which you can find more information about by going to heroesofhandheld.com and clicking the special thanks banner at the top of the page. All the details are there. A link to the iTunes page. Download his music. It is fantastic. So yeah, we are done. Bing, bang, boom. Thank you for listening. And if you are listening to us on the audio form, definitely go on YouTube and watch the video version and watch the hijacking.
We'll put a link on the Heroes of Handheld website. We'll put a time code in so you can skip straight to it. Quite odd.
It was quite an experience. But thank you for listening, everybody. We're back next week, same time, same place. Until then, enjoy playing your PlayStation Vita, your 3DS, and everything else handheld. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Are we going off on YouTube as well?
Let's stay on YouTube for a bit. My ear. I'm just watching all these baby fertilities. It's so weird.
Great. That makes for good video content for the fans.
Never knew this was a thing.
Right. I'm heading. Calling it.
You're heading. Yeah. You're turtling.
Thanks for watching on YouTube. Sorry it got weird.
Yeah, it did get pretty weird.
But thank you for watching. You're all our pals. We appreciate you very much.
And hey, you out there, we like you the best.
You
know you are
my favourite.
You are.
And don't forget, Colin.
Yeah.
This time next week will be the day before the UK general election. How exciting is that?
Oh, wow. It will be, won't it? Who are you voting for, mate?
You know I am not going anywhere near that.
Oh, I actually honestly don't know who I'm voting for. Yeah, it's up in the air. It could come down to me going to the booth and deciding that.
I reckon I know who you'll vote for.
Yeah, BMP all the way.
On air, just,
BMP all the way.
Sorry?
BMP, my friend.
I couldn't possibly comment on any political party. Thanks, Colin.
Great. It's been great. It's been top.
I'm leaving Google Plus now. Bye.
Bye.